Greetings. It is welcome to my channel, because I'm not sure which one I'm going to post this one on, but I am the patchwork of the Most High Yah. I am healing in spite of adversities, people coming up against me, not wanting to fulfill their obligations as a civil servant in the workforce that we know it as. I mean, when you go to economics or human services, should I say, such as the rape crisis unit. I went there. I went to Shaker Square. One day I got off, the rapid train and walked around there, and then I went into that office, and this happened maybe about a week and a half, going on 2 weeks ago, and the lady that I met there that works the front desk, her name was Rebecca or something like that. I don't think it's Rebecca. It's pronounced a different way. She spells it a different way. But it's close to that. Anyway, so 4 days later, I received a phone call, and it was after 5. I believe it was well in the 7 p.m. Time frame, or somewhere in between there. It wasn't quite dark yet, but it was late. Regular, normal, working 9-to-5 jobs, office with government offices typically would be closed, but not this one because it's a rape crisis center. They open 24/7. But at any rate, I typically don't speak so fluently or openly with an anonymous phone call, but she addressed it as, I'm calling from the rape center crisis unit, right? So I felt like, okay, this may be legit, but I'm coming to find out that perhaps that person does work for that agency, but they could be also a part of my gang stalkers, because as I've told many of you before, in my travels during this long, tedious journey of being gang stalked and moving about in different cities and towns in Florida, then just coming out of the state of Florida, going to Georgia first, and then Alabama, and then Maryland, Virginia, Washington area, and now the Ohio area. Well, I've expressed that there's some cameras in my car, so when I relieve myself in my urinal, that means I'm undressing, and whoever has put these cameras in my car, family members, exes, whoever it is, you are exploiting me. You are looking at me in my most vulnerable state, and I don't know what you're doing with those pictures, what you're doing, why you're even in my car. I know that my phone is cloned, yes, but no, there's something else in this car, because I can cover up my phone. Sometimes I even cover up my phone and I would leave out of the car, and they still know that I am out of the car. Although the parking lot area that I'm in, it has security cameras, but so much corruption in people, in law, in political forums or positions are colluding with the normal laymen of communities to incite riots or stalking of my individual person, right? So I went to the rape crisis center in Shaker, got that phone call from this mysterious person that didn't want to give her name, right? She said, you can just call me Miss G. That's probably a letter that is in her name somewhere. She sent me a text message scheduling me with another person that is affiliated with the Rape Crisis Unit. And she is an advocate that I did meet at the drop-in center, who I'm not sure what their policies is, but I know that I had called them after I got off the phone with Mrs. G to try to get an Uber, because most places I do notice that they will Uber you to your doctor's appointments if your transportation, if you have need for transportation assistance. Now, she said, well, give them a call in the morning when they open up at their time frame. And I did. And I tried to schedule an Uber to go to the drop-in center. And the person I spoke with at the drop-in center, she was like, well, let me speak to my supervisor. Because when I went there 2 days ago, I was also in Shaker Square, and they were willing to Uber me from Shaker Square to the drop-in center, but they say they wasn't willing to do that while I'm here in Palmer, which I don't understand. That I was looking under the crisis, the Rape Crisis Center support thing, their resources, and I noticed that the Attorney General Office of Ohio works closely, if not sponsors, this type of establishment. So they work closely with law enforcement as well, because rape is a crime. No means no. Invading somebody's space, putting voyeurism cameras in someone's home is a crime. Doing it in the bathroom that they know that I will go to clean up, that is a crime. And for law enforcement and other government officials or employees to be colluding with neighborhood wannabe George Zimmerman type of individuals who, in my opinion, are very delusional and mentally depraved of thinking for themselves when it comes to breaking the law and infringing upon someone's basic human rights, which could involve all of you in RICO crimes at some point. At any rate, I was going there because, again, I live off of less than $500 from me doing early retirement from my government position in Florida. And thank God for that, because and thank God I've tamed myself with some things, because they don't want to give me a lot of resources that a lot of homeless people should be able to receive. Like, I wanted some bus passes because I would like to, get on the bus and get out of this area that I know people are stalking me, and just get out of the area to clear my mind. why I am believing that DOJ is doing something about my situation, that I have some Grinches on the scene that are taking notes, writing down who's naughty or nice, right? That's my belief that I believe is going on. At any rate, the Rape Crisis Center, you get donations. You get bus passes. I am being exploited, whether I could prove it or not. That's where Miss Tracy Springford should come in. But she say, oh no, I only can represent those who are being sex trafficked. Let me see if I can paraphrase it when she and I was speaking in person 2 days ago. If I can paraphrase what she said. I only represent people who can prove that they are being forced to have sex and someone else is getting paid for it. Well, is that not what's going on with me when I say someone is using camera footage, watching me bathe in the nude? That is human trafficking, exploitation all day long. So again, that catch-22 where a lot of resources that we know it as, you have to be on some type of substance or you have to be mentally unstable, and I'm neither. But they tried to label me as such at Elyria Hospital and at the crisis or at the centers of Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. They tried to label me as mentally unstable, and I'm not that. And I'm not the one to want that label placed on me on no day. Okay? I pray for my right mind, and you ain't about to tell me that something is wrong with my mind when I know that that is a blatant lie. And so are you. And so, you know, I had to complain to the medical force about them putting that label on me. But again, there's so much colluding with businesses, storefronts, human resources, economic places like the drop-in center, the Rape Crisis Center. Is so much corruption going on. They didn't give me my bus passes when I went to the drop-in center, when they know that was the specific reason I was coming there. She brought me my papers that I signed. She said, well, we want to get some signatures because they wanted to do something with my signature, but I signed my name like I was a doctor. You would not be using my signature on nothing. Okay? So if you did, shame on you, whoever you are. Copycat, wannabe, ain't me. Okay? So, anyway, it's just a lot of corruption going on. And like I said, with that, the signing of your name on, when you take something back to the store, they want you to sign your name. Why? Did I sign my name when you took my money when I bought the merchandise? No, I didn't. So why do I need to sign now? You know, and then, like I said before on a video, why are they taking cursive handwriting, signature handwriting out of the schools? Because they want to continue this fraud, this scamming. Because if you write your name out longhand, meaning plain, my God, who cannot emulate that? And you know, there's a lot of theft that's going on anyway with Black Wall Street properties from their descendants that are still here, Sarah Rector properties, and other people who recently passed who have a legacy that should have gone to their families or descendants or offspring of their family, but we have a whole new person. Oh, I'm over their legacy and all that garbage, child. So you just write long hand and not signature, that hopefully you can curtail, that nobody else can critique to be you. But again, with this AI that must be destroyed, that's also in the Bible. AI will be destroyed. It's in the Bible. Look it up. It's in the Old Testament. I'm not sure where the chapter is, but I do remember reading that God say He is going to destroy AI, because AI, a lot of people are using AI to copy your face, to take it, and that's how a lot of fraud is going on. Stealing of people's deeds to their houses or your banking, whatever it is. But I decree and declare, whoever took that signature from 2 days ago at the drop-in center and did anything with it, wrong move. My trouble is in trouble. And I think, if you're going to mistreat people that you were told to mistreat, I think some of your donations need to be withdrawn from your establishment, and some pink slips need to go out, or if not, some handcuffs need to be put on some people, because my situation is real. I don't care if you LIKE me, but when I got there, I was very nice, and I was like, why is this? Oh, when I went to Shakerville the day that the drop-in center was willing to transport me from Shakerville. They told me that from Palmer is too far. But you too, drop-in center, also get donations. And if you work with the Crisis Center, I saw on the website there were resources for that in Cuyahoga County, which is Palmer. So you should have obliged me from Palmer, but you were trying to be funny. But the joke's on you. My trouble is in trouble, right? Anyway, it was very simple. All I asked for was some bus passes to get me through the day. And I think when I went to the drop-in center, I did get some other things that was useful to me. But Miss Melissa failed to bring me my bus passes when she brought me that paperwork that I said, oh, can you give me copies of everything that I signed? She failed to give me the bus passes when she knew that was the whole reason I asked her to Uber me from Shaker Rape Center, which I finally got in there because people were hiding in their office. And when I got in there, they said, well, Rebecca is allowed to call off. Of course someone is allowed to call off. That's not what I'm saying. I asked her, well, I really would like some bus passes. She was like, well, Rebecca has the key to that, and she's not here. Now, what kind of office do not leave room for somebody else to do what your responsibilities are if you are a crisis unit? Because if someone else came in there and they needed that or wanted that, were they going to get it, or was it just me that you told no to because of the colluding and the organized criminal gang stalking of me, following me to try to make my life imbalance and to try to siphon from me? But to God be the glory. I'm so glad He's keeping my countenance when it comes to you wicked gatekeepers. You need some pink slips so you can feel the wrath of what you try to impede on another person who is down on their luck because of other people, including you now, because you decided to play devil advocate with your position. But I would like to ask all of you, if your position was taken from you, are you ready for that? Or have you stolen enough money and hid it somewhere and you think that's going to smooth things over? I don't know. But, you know, when someone is not working and their income is taken from them, a whole lot of things can take place, couldn't it? So when you're working at a job and you know that those are donations for the people that need it, like myself, we're not talking about I don't like her. We're talking about do your job, law enforcement. You human resource places, do your job. Do it like your life depends on it, because after all, you are messing with someone else's life. It could also be almost criminal if someone was to leave there not getting the needs that you supposed to have, and something tragic happens to them. In therapy could be a lot of things. You all now have, quote unquote, have offered service animals. So I asked you for bus tickets to keep my demeanor, my peace, my therapy, and you denied me the rights to that. My trouble is in trouble. If my Grinches are really looking at my life and how I live and how I operate on this day-to-day basis, being displaced from a home and being attacked by people like yourself, do you feel good about what you did? I hope not, because my trouble is in trouble. So anyway, I'm making this video not as a note to self, and for you all who are cloning my phone and want to know what is she gonna talk about now, and all this spell work y'all be doing, trying to do glamour spells and all that. Return to sender, all of it. I call all my power back to me, and any and everything that was stolen from me, even the mistreatment that you tried to place on me. I am still rising. I am still me. I'm still loving. I'm still gentle. I'm still confident that a win, a victory is coming to me. Because of your ugly deeds and your ugly ways, I will have the victory. You, on the other hand, you should worry about the Creator and my Grinches that I believe are watching. How hard would that have been? Give me the bus passes and let me go on about my business. But no, you denied me the rights that you have in your office. You told your staff that you're the only one that could give it to me, and she's not here today, so you came in vain and I can't get into it. Such hogwash. I mean, the office staff should be able to have it, because of course things happen to people. You can get sick, or you can go in the middle of the night to the hospital, so you won't be at work that day. And so normal office policies and procedures need to keep going on. So it's a whole bunch of hogwash. My trouble is in trouble. The ignorance you people try to display and speak to me, down me because of my situation, no, it's only going to backfire on you, rightfully so. Period. Let me see, is that all I need to say? And if, you know, Miss G is one of my folks that's, you know, a stalker to me, I told you on our conversation my phone is being cloned. But my phone is being cloned by probably many people. I'm believing that it's being cloned by some good people who are watching me and who are watching what I have reported to DOJ in several city, towns, and states, including Ohio. Now, I'm not sure if Ohio are doing their job. So, Ohio might be in trouble, DOJ. I don't know. But what I do know is I did contact you about a situation. And I don't know if there's an ex living in Canada or somebody that knows me that's living in Canada. But there's a lot going on because my stalkers, they live just about everywhere. But it's okay. As long as the Most High, the Creator, gets the glory and fix this situation for me and you, because you do need to be stopped. Nobody needs to go through this. If you're already down and out, I don't need for you to try to kick me, misinform me, misguide me, give me wrong information, deny me services. I don't need all of that from you. Perhaps the word of God, whatsoever a man soweth, that they shall reap. Perhaps all of you need to become homeless and then go into those same offices and try to get some resources. And somebody have a hair across their ASS and deny you services. But maybe not, because they might get a pink slip like y'all should be getting. Or perhaps they are truly out of it. Or whatever. See, a better excuse would have been you were out of it. But no, you say she's the only one with the key. She's the only one with this or that, and she called off today. That makes no sense. If you're a crisis unit. Anyway, to God be the glory to all y'all lies that you try to tell me. Oh, I forgot y'all tried to say I was crazy, so it's supposed to fly over my head that you're smarter than me. No, you're only wickeder than me.